Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished in our tiny little town of SpringView. I keep wanting to say Springfield, but it is SpringView. Okay, so we left last time getting our tailor and blacksmith finished. We set up what will be the trading port. We got a cemetery going, a well going, and finished it with 2 houses to add to our small little town. We get 6 families going. We are still low on logs. We did add some by clipping out this area. We're going to also get a tunnel through here eventually. So what are our priorities this time? Let's see. How overloaded are we, and what are our ages? So we're still well into childbearing years, but I think 5 is the limit. Now we do have room, but I've really never seen more than 5 in a house. So I've always taken 5 as the limit for these houses. So we're not going to get more than our almost 20 citizens. These kids are already at adult age, so Rock needs to get married soon to maybe Carolyn and start a family. So yeah, housing's important, and it'd be nice to get a few more laborers in this system. So let's kick up first. Let's test this theory here. Still have never really confirmed it. Let's prioritize these guys first, and then we're going to prioritize this one, with the thought that they will then go to the last prioritized one first and then default back to what was before that. So cemetery has been cleared, needs 52 stone and then a bunch of labor. We have lots of stone in the system. Do we have 52? We have 34. So we've got every rock in the area designated, so they will go up and chip those out. In fact, you can hear them tapping away here and there. Lots of trees falling. So nobody, yep, she must have been the one that took that out. Let's spend a little more time this episode kind of zoomed in and watching. I tend to like to get up high and keep track of everything that's going on. Right now, the citizens have all got orders. They've all got plenty to do. So we don't need to do as much micromanaging. Reserve of stone is getting low. So we can just sit back and enjoy the show this time. This is such a pretty game. Let's just sit back and watch what all the colonists are doing. Dropping off stone. Carrying log as well. That was interesting. But brought the logs back. So that person had stone and log, dropped off the stone, then brought the logs back. Okay. Got deer over here in the trees. I see a baby too? Yeah, so we got our babies and mom and dad here. What else is going on? We were asking them to shut down this stockpile. So I'm assuming they're no longer adding to it. And eventually, when there's nothing else to do, when there's no more stones and logs to take out, and iron. We had told them to take iron out up in this area at one point. I assume when all the resources are done, then they will go back to the clearing. Don't know what's actually in this one, and it may be that it's no longer in the system over here too, which is something to be aware of until they get it brought over to the new storage barn. It may not count in the count of the town. So if you're depending on those tools In fact, maybe that's where our tools went. Maybe we shut this down. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and see it again. Maybe that actually formed some of our crises. So we are out of iron? No, we have iron. We've not hit our limit. And logs. We have logs. I wonder what's happening here. Limit of 50. We have 37 in the system. There's iron there. Okay, he must be off picking something up. We're toggling back and forth, so the system is trying to figure out whether or not he's really out of resources or not. He may be off picking up resources and is going to reset here in a little bit. He may be off picking up logs so he can start building his next tools. Over here, we've got nothing in here. So we desperately need leather. We have no leather in the system. And our hunter, well, we don't know whether there's leather, whether that leather has been used or not. There's no leather stored. So how are we doing on labor? Do we want, we already did make 2 hunters. Okay, well, we're fine on quantities at the moment. It's just a matter of trying to keep those buildings up and functioning. Gatherers are going off and picking up the supplies they find in the forest. I just saw a mushroom over there. Right there. And that might be herbs. I remember what symbol or what artwork was used for the herbs. Yeah, that may be what that is. Got something else over here. So I know we have roots, we have onions, we have berries, and mushrooms for food. All that is in the forest in one form or another. There's some onions. I wonder if you can see fish in the water. Reflections that direction. Nope, don't see any. That'd be just one more little touch that would make this game amazing if there were. Anyway, we'll zoom in. Now we reset this for 1500. We're nowhere near it, so we are definitely hurting for logs. And we do need logs for these other projects, so that 1500 may have been premature for what we can really handle right now. Let's kick that down to 300, which satisfies the limit. And let's use the rest of our logs toward construction. Oh, we do have it, but it's not counting until they eventually get time to move it to here. I see. So let's turn this back on for now so that we've got them in the system. Okay. Same thing here. What was in this cart? Yep. 2 hide coats are over here and a bunch of food. Let's just leave this. Maybe they will grab this food to fill up their houses, or these houses, and we'll get it empty quicker that way. Alright, so that's what happened here. We actually do have supplies. I could see it, but it doesn't count. At least that's my guess. I wonder. Let's do a little test here. Let's destroy or shut down this structure, remove structure. And if we look over to our logs, we have 43. Now we have 4. Okay, that's what does it. So the game does not count these supplies until they have been moved back into an active stockpile. So we're going to continue to use this. I wish there was a way just to say don't add anything more. But eventually, when things have calmed down, then this will be taken out and more trees can come in. Remember early on I brought this up. Like, this was a big clearing right here. You can see how everything has been planted and these trees are starting to grow. So we are filling in the forest. Alright, stone is low, logs are low. Our cemetery is done, and we've got, with this size, the capacity of 56 graves. None of them are being used at the moment. So nobody's actually passed away. Wooden house just got done. The other one is about to be finished. And hopefully they're going to grab supplies out of here and empty this out. Let's watch the construction here. Okay. So, Rock and Sidlali have married. And Tremainard and Robertina have married. And they are going to start making kids of their own and increase our... Yep, they've already stocked. Increase our population. Right now we're at 16 and 4. Oh, the baby was born? Yep. Elaneth. No. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one. Alright, we've got firewood, right? Yeah, we're happy all the way around. Food and firewood. So how's health? Health is dropping a bit. Now, I'm pretty sure that food variety also affects health. When we get farms and crops coming in, and we get fish coming in, that could help. In fact, let's think more about fish. Fish, let's go ahead and pull up a fisherman's, what do we call it? This is logs are low. Fishing dock. And just like the trading post, half of it's got to be on land, half in the water. So that would go right there. You see the yellow circle. The more water you can get in that circle, the more resources they're going to have to draw from. So if we were able to build over here, you can see almost the entire circle's in water. That would be a far better place. We don't have access to that side of the island right now, and there isn't enough land. You see the red squares there. You just can't quite get this into a place where it will build. If it had built, I would probably be willing to drop a bridge across right here so that we can get access to it and get all that extra fish. In fact, I wonder if I turn it like so, can we get it to build? Oh, we can. That's just the perfect fishing spot. Let's do it. That's going there. We are going to pause it for the moment, just like the tunnel. But let's get our first bridge in. So road, bridge. Now the circle's right here, so we can keep the bridge out of the circle too. That's even better. So let's head to right here. Of course, the longer the bridge, the more material. That's going to take 72 logs and 18 stone. That's going to take a while to build. You know, let's lose a little bit. Well, let's see here. Now we can't get across in this area. Can't go this way. It's just a long pass no matter what I do. So from here to here, that's 72 and 18. If we go right here, it's 88 and 22. A little less walking. So more materials or more path? Let's go ahead and drop it right there. Now that was iron is low. Okay. Our blacksmith eventually got satisfied and he hit his 50 tool limit. Great. We're still waiting for more cloth. Actually, you know, we're probably never going to see enough leather to pull this off. Let's take this, well, I guess we'll manually type it in. Take this down to probably a little more reasonable limit for what we're doing. 25 will satisfy them. As we get more citizens, then we're going to want to kick that up a little bit more. But it'll always maintain, or try to maintain, 25 in the system. Though at this point, with the one hunting lodge, we've only been able to pull, 15 or so coats. Let's see here. We're going to put a bridge across here. And let's pause this one as well. We'll build these two as a group. But we can't go ahead and get the road thrown in. Oh, they were already bringing supplies to it. Okay. So it's already beginning. I think roads, and in this case bridges, are a high priority for the builders and for the laborers. They tend to want transportation projects done first. Too bad that tree is right in our pathway. I would like to have kept it. Let's build this later, see if this tree drops. No, we did drop one right here. Let's see if we drop another tree over here, then we'll put our road through. This isn't critical right at the moment anyway. Though we could get a road coming through to remind us that we're heading that direction eventually. Okay, I like that. Just got another adult. Stacio just become... Wasn't Stacio a child last time? One of the first babies. He's already now an adult. Wow. Unless the name was used twice. Alright, we've had no deaths, so we still have 0 graves used. Ah, we're working on the well now. Let's watch that go in. So the well is over here. We got 2 builders. Here's our second builder. Came over to get some more work done. Again, it's winter time. We don't have any warm clothing yet. So they're only going to work for a while, then they're going to go off and get warm. But we're at 78% complete. That'll be done soon. Here's our herbalist. Nice little gardens growing in here. That's right, we are within the forestry zone. That's why they are taking out trees right before our eyes. Normally you don't see that in a town, but I forgot this wasn't the town. Okay. Alrighty, so... Really, this is our next priority, isn't it? The trading post. All of our logs are in, so we're looking for iron. I would imagine they're down there saying, hello, we need iron designated. Eventually, a mine. In fact, we got one thing about a map with mountains. You've got lots of opportunity to drop mines in. And eventually we get our iron that way. Out of curiosity, let's see. That was here. A mine. So kind of like the trading post, you've got a part of it that's a road and part of it that drops into something. In this case, it drops into the mountain. It's really hard to get a mine to go into a mountain that starts to go diagonal. Eventually, looks like he'll probably drop in over here, except we've got... No, the tunnel's over there. Okay. So we could mine... No, we can't even do it here. Mines are kind of tough. There's a mine right there. Unfortunately, they don't like to live near mines, and that's right up against the back of the houses. So we'll probably end up mining... One more click. Oh, come on. We're so close. Okay, 3 this way. There. We can finally drop a mine in there. Yep, we'll get it designated. Make sure that we remember we've got to do that. Again, we'll pause that one. We'll set it right on top of these other projects. So this is a mess of projects we've got to work on soon. We do need iron designated. Let's go ahead and get that going. But eventually that mine is going to kick out iron, and we can set up another mine, and it's going to kick out coal for us. And that coal will be mixed with the iron, and we'll get steel out of it. So I'm not seeing any more iron in this area. Let's see here. We've got our bridge coming in over here. But that doesn't give us any... Oh, okay. Here's a huge iron field. Alright. Let's concentrate on the bridge. Let's bring this back into play. wooden logs. We don't have enough logs in the system to do it. So let's go ahead and give our folks something else to do. Let's tell them to take out a big swath of trees over here. Our reserve of stone is low. Wow. What just happened? Huh. Winter became spring just like that. Normally a transition is a little bit quicker, or a little bit smoother. Alright, lots of trees designated. There you are. And spring is here. We are still running on 2-speed, right? Yeah. When I play for fun, I play on just 1 speed. I just sit back and watch it all happen. So that's probably what I'm used to. It transitions nice and smooth on speed 1. Ah, this just emptied. Let's shut it down. In fact, I'm going to pause, make sure no one drops anything into that space. Alright, that is now gone. We'll get more forest in there. The well is in. Doesn't really give us any information about the well. It doesn't actually produce anything. Folks will just come to it if there's a fire and then bring the buckets back and forth and put the fire out. So we've got a water source near the middle of our settlement, and we've got a water source near the perimeter over here. And eventually we'll want to build something out here maybe. Okay, so we had told them to go ahead and continue working on the bridge. We need 5 more stone, and we are out of stone. Okay. Looks like that's not been designated. Maybe we truly are almost out of stone. So you guys can take this out. Let's go ahead and comb the area, see what we missed. Nothing hiding in here. Yep, we did run out of stone. That should be enough to get the bridge going. I really don't want to send them off into here yet. Maybe we can send them into right here. Stone and iron. I don't want to go much further than that yet. So once they get this bridge in, then we'll designate all of the stone in this area and iron, and that'll give us a little shot in the arm to get into our next phase. But then we are definitely going to need to get through and start clearing out this new area. We're going to need a second forest cluster to support the population. I'm not exactly sure where that is. It might be right down in here. And that will just maybe even cross the river and put a bridge in between. We can use part of this as part of the circle. We'll see how that lines up. But we do want 2 forest clusters fairly early in the game to give a constant supply of food coming in. And then we'll get some farms going, maybe right up in here. Not many, just enough to show how they work. But we don't want to depend on farms. Every city, every map that I have ever worked on that had huge amounts of farms, after you get 20, 30 years into the town, into the history with all the farms going, you start getting these huge spikes of food. You'll get your town hall going and you look at the charts, and fall, autumn, it goes way up, and then it gradually drops and drops until it gets into scary zone, and then you get to the next fall and it comes way back up again. But the problem is, in between those 2 peaks, you've added 5 houses, so you've added 25 mouths, and the next peak never really gets as high as the one before, and pretty soon you're in a death spiral. I've had maps with a huge cluster of housing here, then here, then here, then here, and then the death spiral begins. And pretty soon, you've got vacant houses all over. The only way to recover that I've come up with is to concentrate everybody back into one area and just slowly start to rebuild, this time keeping a good eye on your food production until you eventually get to re-inhabit all of those abandoned houses. But it really becomes a ghost town after a while. Just hope you have one mating couple left to keep your town alive. We have not had a disaster this round. Of course, now that I say that, but yeah, haven't had that kind of excitement this time. So let's see, what more to get done right now? I would have expected this bridge to be in by now. What are we short? We're still short that stone. We've designated it. I guess we're just waiting for someone to carry it over. Like it may be happening. No, you guys are still using this cart. Oh, the cart is... That's strange. Oh, we're full. Wow, I did not expect that early. We do have 3,200 food. Okay, well, let's think about this. We're heading this way eventually. This is our tunnel. Makes sense that our next storage barn is somewhere near this pathway. This is going to become the main thoroughfare. Ah, the bridge just got its foundations laid. So they're going to be putting the wood, the logs over the top soon. Bridge, here we are. So all of the supplies are here, and as they build it, you'll see this structure start to form. But I'm thinking a new storage barn needs to be somewhere in this area. Still accessible to the gatherers dropping off. So right now our food's efficiency is going to drop off because they're carrying it all the way out to that guy. So, let's get another storage barn going. I think something like that. There it is. So the arrows come in from the forest out to this road over here. So something like that. We're not going to touch the graveyard, so we do have a pathway around it. Let's drop that one, and that one is going to become an important one to get done. So these, let's pause the trading post one more time. Get the bridge done, get the barn done, then we'll go back to the trading post. All these are paused? I believe so. Okay, so bridge, we've got only 2 builders. That's slowing us down. Let's kick that up to 4 builders. The bridge... Well, only 2 are allowed to work on it at a time, though. The others will be working on the trading post, which still needs iron, which we don't have until we get over here. Okay. Now, one word of advice to you. I have had maps where this isn't a good situation to compare it to, but there was a place I couldn't get to easily, but I went ahead and designated all the materials over there, not realizing that it wasn't the main river. It was just like this one, tributary. We'll go over here. You know, just a little feeder stream, not realizing that they would eventually path all the way up around the river, come all the way back to get to those resources that I had designated. Then they were coming all the way back around, and winter was going on. I didn't realize they were doing that. I wasn't paying attention, and I kept getting all these people dying on this death march through the winter. They didn't have warm clothing. So be careful what you designate out on the map, even though you're thinking eventually we'll get to that, you know, when we get the bridge built. Make sure that there isn't another path they can take, because if there is, then they're going to prioritize it, even if it kills them to do it. Alright, so the bridge is coming in. These guys are just outside of the hunting zone, aren't they? Yeah, that's why they've learned. You want to live, you stay outside the yellow circle. Do we have any wildlife left in here? That's something we could consider doing. The hunter does his best in a forest, but the deer do roam through other areas randomly. We could just stick another hunter nearby. You know, trying to think of where's a good spot. And right in here. So we can grab this area and he can grab this area. That might be worth doing. But let's concentrate on this. What's 2% left and this is done. So we just need a builder who isn't getting a meal or visiting the herbalist or what have you. You look like a builder who's on a mission. About to see the bridge completed before our eyes. 99%. And here we go. Alright, got our bridge in. Kind of fun to watch the deer path across the bridge sometimes. Okay, bridge is in. We need building materials badly. So we're going to designate this one right here removes everything. Let's do that for this area just to show how that works. So it's going to take a swath of everything out of here. We won't do the whole area. I do want to leave some trees behind. Now let's selectively go through and see what we missed. This is iron. We'll take out all the iron in this area. Well, that was stone. Okay. Now we'll grab the rest of the iron. So here's where you want to make sure not to accidentally grab materials over here. They'll cross the bridge and they will make their death march all the way through till they're exhausted and hungry, died of starvation, or winter hits, and you know, a month can go by before they walk the map and back. So back to our iron. A little more there than we missed. Okay, so I don't believe we snagged any trees on this side. Don't see any orange X's. Okay, anybody actually using it? Not yet. But soon they will. We do have some stone in the system now. We just don't have any iron. Our tools, though, have hit their max. So, though we do need iron for this, but we turned it off. Ah, I see. So let's turn the trading post back on. Nope, the storage barn. Okay, that's our priority. So we need 40 logs. We have 80 in the system. So let's just make sure that they are prioritizing this. That one is important. In fact, I forgot to prioritize that bridge while I sat there and waited for it to get done. So let's make sure the storage barn gets done quickly so that we can relieve the stress on this one. There. Storage cart, yeah, they put a lot of supplies in that storage cart. I'd love to see that emptied soon. But we are prioritizing the storage barn. Up to 4 people can work on it at once. So all 4 of our builders will be able to jump in and prioritize this. There's one of our builders. No, that's a child. Just coming over here to explore. Boy, you walk quickly. There. 2 builders working. Storage barn, 61%. The game has artwork for various phases of construction. A salt box shaped kind of a timber frame barn there, like you'd maybe see in an Amish village. Looks nice. 85% complete. Another builder showing up for work. Okay, it's going to go quickly. 95. And we're done. We do need a path to that, though. That's right. I forgot about that. So eventually, we're going to be coming out of the tunnel and coming across like so. we're going to go straight to the barn and probably cut right through here for a road from the forest. So let's, hopefully anticipating properly what they're going to need, let's do that. Tunnel is there. Let's see if we've hit center. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that is 3 wide. Right there. So, you know, this is where I'm going to go diagonal. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's go out like so. Diagonal to here. Let's go one more. Right? Oh, it moved. Okay, there. That's what I wanted. Just like that. Okay. Now, any other paths that are going to be important? Eventually we're going to come straight through here. No, we're going to have to zigzag around. Probably needed to come right through here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I got the wrong one. It should have been sitting on this side and the path over here. Because we hit this hill right here, and you can't put your path through. We'll just have a little jog around. So we'll go ahead and get that going till we hit. And we'll jog till we get to... yeah, something like that. So our 4 builders, actually it's probably our laborers. I'm trying to remember which one actually makes the roads. We'll find out. We'll get somebody working on it and see what profession they are. Otherwise, how are we doing here? We're crossing the bridge, heading over here. We've been working on iron and stone. She's got a pickaxe. She's going to take out some more iron. So resources are coming back into the system. Good. Firewood is good. Logs are good. Let's kick our firewood up 2 more. Storage barn is good. So let's go back to shutting this one down. Let's see here. That is right there. We don't use that again. Storage barn is done. So we're going to get this one up and running again. We have enough supply. Stored iron 0, but it will be traveling in. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she's not carrying some right there. 1 iron, 4 stone. Okay, but it's coming. So we'll get our trading post going, which may have to wait for next episode. I think we've done quite a bit this time. Got our plans for the future. Got access to another landmass. Yep, I think this is a great place to call it done. Haven't had a disaster, and maybe next episode we'll get fortunate enough to start with something exciting. So, if there's anything in here you've enjoyed, please hit the subscribe and like. And thank you much for watching. This has been Noble Rambler. Bye-bye.